Today we'll be discussing uh, some general cases. So for general cases, what we require is we want generalized. If you want any shape, then we have to find it for a small element. Then we integrate for the entire surface, right? So that thing we are going to derive today. So today our topic is application of Gauss law, Gauss's law. First we'll apply on a differential volume element. Okay. So let us assume we know that these are our coordinate systems, right? X, this should be Y, this should be Z. So we take a small element, volume element in the sense it should contain all the components. dx, sorry, dx in this direction. So this is x-axis. So parallel to that dx. Parallel to y-axis we have dy, and parallel to z-axis we have dz. Right. So how many surfaces are there for this volume element? How many surfaces? 6 surfaces are there, right? The top, bottom, left, right, front, and back. So 6 surfaces are there. So our closed integral d dot ds, this is what Gauss's law says. We have to evaluate on front plus back plus right plus left plus uh, top plus bottom. We have to evaluate on all the surfaces, and we have to add all of them and find the expression. Now what we are going to do is d front dot ds should be done, right? Similarly here d back dot ds, d right dot ds, so like that. Okay, now let us consider the front surface alone. Okay, so in the cube I'm drawing it bigger, but it is very small element. Differential volume element means very small. X, length of x, y, z, everything will be very small. So this is dx, this is dy, this is dz. Okay, I'm taking the front surface now. This surface. This. Okay. So what is the area vector ds here? Anybody? For this surface, what is ds? Vector ds. Can anybody tell me what is the value of ds for this surface? It's a vector. What is the area of this one with the direction? You have to tell. This is x direction, y direction, z direction. No answers. ds means the area of that surface. Am I audible? Yeah. Yes, Dhanush, very good, very good. dy dz ax cap, right? Because it is the dimension is dy and dz, so dy into dz is a x cap because it is in the direction of x direction. Okay, so the back surface it will be for back surface. What will be the value? What that is the value of area, a ds, so expression for ds in the back surface. This direction. These are the dimensions. Dy dz is correct, Sanket, but direction also required. Yeah. It is not az cap, Kirtan. This is the x direction. The back surface will be in the minus x direction. Right. So dimensions are dy and dz. This is dz dy. So dy dz into minus a. So it will be dy dz minus ax cap. Correct. Okay. Thank you. So now we got d. What we have to integrate is d dot ds, right? D front dot ds front. So this is what we have to do. Now d front will be, for example, we can assume that it is a dx front plus dy ax cap plus dy front ay cap plus dz front az cap dot, what is ds front? Now now we calculated, it will be dx sorry, dy dz dz az cap, right? So what is this dot product? Ax cap, sorry, not az cap. So what is the dot product? Ax dot ax, what component will be left? Dx front only left, right? Dx front dy dz. Okay, for simplicity, to not to confuse with the differential elements, we will consider dy as delta y, dx as delta x, and dz as delta z. Okay, I am not considering because we are using differential terms later. So for avoid the confusion with, I will use delta y and delta z here. Okay, so what left is for the front integral. So this is the only the front part. Tx front delta y delta z. Is this clear? Any doubt in this one? Is this clear? Anybody has any doubt? See, in the integration, I am only considering the first integral now. So I assumed d front is dx dy dz ka combination, and ds is dy dz, delta y delta z ax cap. So using the dot product, if I do the dot product, only ax component will retain because ax dot ay will be 0 and ax dot az will be 0. So this won't be there. Only dx component will be there into delta y into delta z will be there. Right. So since this is a small element, so I need not to do the integral because I am considering the entire area. So dx front into delta y into delta z, because integral dy will be delta y, integral dz will be delta z. So that is why dx front delta y delta z. Now what will be the value of dx front? That we have to calculate. Let us assume, so I'm drawing a line in the x-axis. Okay, the total length of the line is delta x, and at the center, if I know the value of d, is equal to dx0 ax cap plus dy0 ay cap plus dz0 az cap. I'm assuming that the value of d at the center of the differential element is this much. Okay. And the rate of change of d is dou d by dou x. What is rate of change of d means? In the x direction, the d changes as dou d by dou x. Okay. X direction means I need to consider the vector. So dou dx by x. The component of d changes in x direction as dou dx by dou x. Now, what will be the value of dx? That is nothing but dx front. Can you tell me if this is dx0 and it changes in this rate? So what will be the value of dx front? Can anybody? Is that clear? At a point it is dx0. It changes in the rate. It changes in the rate of dou dx by dou x. Then at this is having total length of delta x. So this will be having a length of delta x by 2. So what is dou dx by dou x? Per unit length there is a change of this much. So what will be the value of dx at this point? I think the question is clear for you. At this point it is dx0. I want to calculate dx at this point. Per length it is changing as dou dx by dou x. So what will be the value here? Okay, I will give another example. I will give in terms of money. Now I have 1000 rupees, rupees 1000. Okay, that is my dx0. And my deposit rate, or I am depositing at a rate of 100 rupees per month. That is my dou dx by dou x. What will be my amount after 4 months? Now I have a set of 1000 rupees. I am depositing at a rate of 100 rupees per month. What will be the amount with me after 4 months? Can you answer this? Yes, very good. 1400. You are good in calculation of money, right? So in the similar way, can you tell me if how I calculated this? I have 1000 plus 100 rupees into 4. This is how I did, right? So in the same way, what is this? dx0 plus what is 100? That is dou dx by dou x, right? And into what is 4? 4 is the total duration. So here what is that? Total length is delta x. So how much this will be? This will be delta x by 2, right? So dou dx into delta x by 2. Is this clear? Yes, yes, very good. Okay. Now that is the value of dx front. So I got now dx front is equal to dx0 plus dou dx by dou x delta x by 2. Similarly, can you tell me what will be my amount? What was my amount 4 months before if I have 1,000 rupees now? How much it will be? 600. Okay. So how you got that 600? You did 1,000 minus 100 into 4, right? Sorry, 100 into 4. So tell me what is the expression then? dx0 minus dou dx by dou x into delta x by 2. Correct? So this is the value at the back end. If this is the front d, then this will be dx back. Correct? Okay. So can we evaluate the integral now? So similarly, I want you to write the expression for. So this is delta y. Here it is dy0, and the rate of change is dou y by dou dy by dou x. So what is dy right and dy left? Try writing the expression. Similarly, in the z-axis, at the middle, if it is a dz0, okay, and the rate is dou dz by dou z. Here it is dz top, and here it is dz bottom. Can you try writing the expression for all of them? For y, towards right it is positive, towards left it is negative. Z top is positive, bottom is negative. You know these conventions, right? Okay, try once writing the expressions. Okay. Any doubt? If you need any clarification, you can ask in chat box. So, what is dy right? dy0 plus dou dy by dou x into delta y by 2, and dy left is equal to dy0 minus dou dy by, dou dy by dou y. Okay, dou y delta y by 2. Is this the same expression you got? Any doubt? Please, if you have any doubt, please ask now itself, because this derivation is very important. Okay, can anybody unmute and tell me what is the value of dz top and dz bottom?
dz naught
dz naught
plus
plus
dou dz by dou z
dou dz by dou z
delta z by 2.
into delta z by 2. Yeah, very good. And dz bottom? Anyone
dz
else?
naught minus
Oh, yeah, okay. dz minus dou dz by dou z into, yes, delta z by 2. Okay, thank you. So we got the expression for all the d values in the front, top, bottom, back, left and right. So we'll evaluate the integral now. So as we discussed earlier here, so for the front it will be dx front into delta y into delta z, right? So can you tell me what will be the value of back side d dot ds back side? I'll do it in a fresh page. Okay. So this is delta y, delta x, delta z, x, y, and z. Okay. So we want integral front d dot ds, which will be integral d will be dx front plus ax cap plus dy front ay cap plus dz front az cap dot, here as we discussed it will be delta y into delta z az cap. So delta y into delta z is ax cap. So if you find the dot product, no need of integral because we are considering the entire area. Integration is if you consider a small element here and integrating for the whole area. Now we are containing the total area, so integration is not required. So ax dot ax will be 1 and this product will become 0. So what you have is dx front delta y delta z. Now what I have to substitute for dx front? It will be dx0 plus dou, tell me, dou dx by dou x into delta x by 2 into delta y delta z. So this is front. Similarly, what is d dot ds back? Will be same, dx back plus ax cap plus dy back ay cap plus dz back az cap. So this is the value of d at that location dot delta backside, as we discussed, it will be minus ax cap, right? So delta y delta z into minus ax cap. So again, it will be only this will retain, the dot products will cancel remaining. So minus dx back delta y delta z. So that will be minus of dx0 minus, as we discussed in the back side, what is the value of dx? Back side it will be dx0 minus dou dx by dou x into delta x by 2, right? So dx0 minus dou dx by dou x delta x by 2 into delta y delta z. Okay. Now I request you to calculate all the other four. D back, front and back are done. D right, left, top and bottom. Try once calculating. So it moves in the same way. No need of dot product, and you can directly write, right? Since here it is dx0 plus dou dx by dou x delta x by 2 into delta y by z. Right, it will be dy0 plus dou dy by dou y into delta y by 2 whole into delta x delta z, because in the right side the dimensions are delta x into delta z. Left d dot ds will be directly I can write minus dy0 plus dou dy by dou y delta, sorry, it is minus delta y by 2 into delta x delta z. The top will be dz0 plus dou dz by dou z into delta z by 2 whole into delta. Here what will be the value, since it is top direction, delta x and delta y will be there, and the bottom will be minus dz0 dou minus dou dz by dou z delta z by 2 into delta x delta y. So if you add all of them, what you can see is here you have a dx0. If you multiply the minus inside, dx0 plus dou dx by dou x delta x by 2 delta y, delta z, right? Here it is delta x into delta y, delta z. Now, if you front and back, if you add, what happens? dx0 and minus dx0 cancels. Only left is dou dx by dou x into delta xy by delta z. It's just like if I consider this as a some term p, so this will be p by 2. Here also you have same p by 2. So if you add both b by 2, half p plus half p, it will be p, right? So if I am adding, closed integral d dot ds is equal to front plus back plus right plus left plus top plus bottom. So front plus back, if I adding, I am getting dou dx by dou x delta y delta z by 2 plus same by 2. So it will be add the half plus half will become 1 now. So these two makes dou dx by dou x delta y delta z. Similarly, if you add right plus left, again this minus will become plus if you remove this. Okay, so what happens? dy 0 minus dy cancels. So this entire term is a p. So this is by 2 plus p2 will give again. So this is same dou dy by dou y. So this product is delta x into delta y into delta z. Here also delta x into delta y into delta z dou dy by dou y. So half plus half becomes 1. So this will be dou dy by dou y delta x delta y delta z. Now, what will be the value? Without calculating, we can tell directly top plus bottom will be, what is this value? Dou dz dou z delta x delta y delta z. So x delta y delta z is a common term. So dou dx by dou x plus dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z is equal to into delta x into delta y into delta z. Now what is the value of delta x into delta y into delta z? Product of length, width, height. What is that? What is delta x into delta y into delta z?
PV, sir. Delta V.
No, delta v. Very good, Alessio. So that will be, yeah, into dou dx by dou x plus dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z into delta v. Delta v. Volume, small volume, right? So we can define from this dou dx by dou x plus dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z is equal to close integral d dot ds divided by delta v. Now, what is close integral d dot ds? Closed integral d dot ds is the total flux coming out, right, or charge enclosed. Total flux, according to the Gauss's law, this expression is total, LHS is total flux. So that will be total flux divided by delta volume. So total flux per volume, unit volume, that is what we are getting, right? So this is a very important mathematical concept which we require throughout. Dou dx by dou dy, dou x plus dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z uh, is equal to closed integral d dot ds divided by delta v. So this is actually, you have to make this becomes exactly equal to as the delta v tends to 0. Okay, if you take a larger volume, if the delta v, delta x, delta y, delta y, delta z are very large, it may not be the same expression how we got like this. It may not be the same expression how you got like this. This expression is valid only for a small region, linear relation. This is a linear relation. So that linear relation is possible only if it is for a small length. So that is why delta x, delta y, delta z should be very small, or I can say that delta v tends to 0. So this is very good expression. So this quantity is called new term, that is dou dx by dou x plus dou dy by dou y is called divergence. Divergence. So can you define divergence? Divergence is this one. Can you write as a statement what is divergence of a vector D? You can generalize for any vector. For a vector A equal to ax cap plus ay cap plus az cap. This expression becomes dou ax by dou x plus dou ay by dou y plus dou az by dou z, which is nothing but limit delta v tends to 0, close integral a dot ds, which is nothing but the flux of the vector divided by delta v. Okay. Can you define in words what is divergence? This part is the definition. This is d dot ds is flux, delta v is volume, and we have a condition limit delta v tends to 0. So just note down this, the definition of divergence. The divergence of a vector, the divergence of the vector of vector flux density A is the outflow of flux from a small closed surface per unit volume as the volume shrinks to 0. That is d dot ds divided by delta v, limit delta v tends to 0. That is nothing but the div of d. It is represented as div, divergence of d. Okay, div of d is this. This is in mathematical form. See, the divergence of the vector flux density A is the outflow of the flux, that is closed integral d dot ds, of a small closed surface. That is why closed integral is there, per unit volume. So divided by delta v as the volume shrinks to 0. So divergence, and it is calculated as dou dx by dou x plus dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z. Okay, divergence has a physical meaning. Divergence is nothing but the whenever fluxes move diverge away from this, we can say that the fluxes are moving outside. We can say that there is a net divergence or divergence is greater than zero. If all the fluxes are coming into the single point, then what will be the value of divergence? Divergence is in the reverse direction. So in this case, divergence is less than zero. And similarly, if there is no change in flux, how much enters, that much leaves, means divergence equal to zero. Okay. We'll see some practical examples like you have uh, a pipe where the water flows. So we can say that the velocity of water as a flux because it is flowing in the pipe. Now I'm considering a small volume in that, and what will be the value of divergence here? Divergence is total flux per unit volume. Will it be zero or greater than zero or less than zero? Can anybody tell me? Zero. Yes. Why? Because how much enters, that much leaves, right? Okay. Now you have a football or something, and you made a puncture in this or a small hole, so the air bursts out. Okay. Now I'm considering a volume here. What will be the value of divergence? Zero, greater than zero, less than zero. Yes, it will be greater than zero. Which it is not less than zero. Less than zero means if it moves inward, here the air streamlines are moving outward, and the source is here, and it moves so only going outward only. Here, how much enters, that much leaves. So divergence gives this physical meaning, the total flow. Okay. What about magnetic flux? Do they diverge or converge? If it is greater than zero, we can say that they are diverging. If it is less than zero, we can say that inward means it is converging. So magnetic flux lines are there, right, from north to south. What about them? What is the divergence of magnetic fluxes? You did the experiments of magnetic fluxes, right? Is it both greater than zero and divergent? Yeah, magnetic flux, yes, current, it is zero only. Because if you take any volume, okay, or if you take the entire thing, how much enters from this one, that much, how much leaves from one side, that much fluxes enter into, right? So it makes a some complete circle. And how the amount of fluxes entered, total flux becomes here zero. Because entering is positive, leaving is negative, we are considering. The total flux will be zero, right? So when total flux is zero, then the divergence also will be zero. But for a point charge, normally for point charges, the flux will be always either moving outward. Okay. So if I'm considering the box including the charge, what will be the divergence? Positive, negative, or zero? If I'm considering the closed surface including the charge, what will be the value? Positive, negative, or zero? For a positive charge, fluxes are moving outward. So what will be the divergence? Anybody? Is the question clear? A positive charge plus Q. From the plus Q, there will be field lines or fluxes, charge fluxes, which will be moving outward. Now I'm considering a volume like this, including that charge, not excluding. So what will be the value of divergence? Yes, positive or greater than zero, correct. What if I am excluding the charge? This is the charge, or I will take a fresh page. Okay, this is the charge. There are flux lines. I am creating a box like this. So magnetic electric field fluxes are entering and leaving through the charge, the box. What is the divergence? Yes, it should be zero. Very good. Let us. So why it is zero? We have the Gauss's law also, right? What Gauss's law tells? Total flux is equal to charge enclosed by the surface. So here the surface doesn't enclose any charge. It is outside this one. So how much fluxes enter, that much fluxes leave. So the divergence of the vector will be zero. Right. So I think from this you are clear about divergence. So divergence represented as div of vector A, which is nothing but closed integral A dot ds divided by delta V as limit delta V tends to 0. And it is calculated as dou dy by dou dx by dou x plus dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z. We'll do these calculations, how to calculate divergence and all, in the next class. So that's all for today's class.